Joyrides में आपका स्वागत है. In this episode, we meet a lost treasure.
Raj, what a beauty.
We discover some cool features.
I've never seen this setup.
Yes.
And we get pronunciations sorted.
Say it once again.
Hyundai.
When introduced in 2003, this SUV was the flagship bearer for Hyundai. I'm talking about a completely built-up unit that was brought to India from South Korea, and back then it was introduced at a price of 18.5 lakh rupees. But this SUV was not a hatchback pretending to be an SUV. This was a full-size 7-seater ladder frame diesel SUV. Ladies and gentlemen, today we are going to talk about the Hyundai Terracan. Extremely rare find, but I'm glad we have it today on Joyrides. Let's quickly meet the owner.
Hi, I'm Swastik Raj. I am studying in RV College of Engineering, doing my mechanical final year. This is my Hyundai Terracan, the flagship model of Hyundai, the 4-wheel drive version. Today we are going to present it for you.
Raj, what a beauty. I mean, look at the condition. I don't think I've ever seen a Terracan, even after after these many years of existence. This car looks as if it's new, or maybe like 2 or 3 years old, but not any older.
So it's totally a kind of a total refurbished vehicle.
Okay.
Except the engine part, few minor changes in engine like injector refurbishing. Except that rest the bodywork, maybe the paint, it's just the overcoat paint.
Okay.
Rest everything is original. We tried to preserve the original parts. So the first thing I discovered was this had a oil seal leakage in rear axle.
Okay.
So while removing that, I discovered that this had a rear disc, but even a drum brake included with that. So this is the drum brake, which works for the handbrake.
I've never seen this setup.
Yes. Even I was shocked at the first.
So it has a drum and a disc.
Yes. So it's like distribution of braking. Front has most braking like the other cars, but it also had a drum brake for a handbrake.
So let's talk about those massive lights that you have on top.
So yeah, that was aftermarket, which I fitted it myself. You can see this is a window rail, I would say.
This?
Yeah, you get a sliding window, right?
Yeah.
It's an aluminum frame.
Did you make
of
this
that.
yourself,
Yeah.
since you're a mechanical student?
Yeah, I did it myself.
Nice. And it's sturdy?
Yeah, it's sturdy enough, but it affects a lot of aerodynamics.
You can feel it.
After fitting that, I cannot do the top of 180 or something. Functional hood scoop here, which draws air for the intercooler to cool the tub.
It has a top mount intercooler, right? Getting to sit in a Terracan and come, let's check out a few cool features. Wow, this is such an experience. I've never been in a cabin of the Terracan, and I can see the Korean touches here, especially with the center console, because the Japanese used to do it different, Germans do it different, and the Koreans did it different. Wood, yeah. And it's not really the kind of wood that you would see on German cars. This is a little,
Japanese.
Yeah, it has that touch to it. But you don't get to see these things on modern cars. So what interesting bits do we have here?
So mainly the comfort. Very much comfort.
Very. For big hefty people like me and you, we don't find comfort in modern cars. But look at these seats.
It's very comfortable.
Very nice. Yeah.
And so the features, obviously we will talk about it.
Yeah. Thank you for making me sound like the expert. Okay, well, I'll do that. I'm going to tell you all the features about the car, but you want to talk about something that has been done to the car, an interesting feature.
Yeah, so in the center console, I have installed a Clarion new double-din infotainment system.
Okay.
With the amp for subwoofer.
Okay.
So the company got a Alpine double-din system. with Alpine speakers
Right.
with 6 CD changers.
Right.
We could load all 6 CDs.
Where was the CD changer? Here under
the seat.
Okay.
You can show it later.
Okay.
So with after loading it there, we could change it from here.
Okay.
So that's the basic change I have done.
Okay.
So rest all is the original. This is one switch which controls the top roof lights.
Okay.
So that's the basic thing. And leather upholstery, the side door
Cards.
cards or door handles or something. Then even the seats. That's all the major changes I have done.
Right. Now, I mean, a quick look at the key. This is how the key looks like. And the remote, I think, has been redone. Is this like a new
It's
remote?
the new remote.
It's the new remote.
This car has been teased with the new remote.
Okay. Nice.
The original remote only. Even the factory got the same remote.
The same sort of a control. Okay. Okay. Again, I've never really seen such a key fob from Hyundai. They have a different key fob that they offer in India, but this is very unique. And I mean, this is new, but this is the original sort of a look as well. Okay, nice. Now let's go out for a drive.
Yeah, we'll.
And before we do that, let's quickly hear the engine so that you guys can actually feel the car and the grunt that this diesel engine has. So I'm going to start her up right now. Nice. The Terracan is a big, boxy ladder frame SUV, but we all know that ladder frames were not really Hyundai's strength. And you'd be right to guess that this actually is not their platform. This platform was borrowed from Mitsubishi. It is a platform that has been derived from the Pajero or the Pajero SFX as we all call it, the second generation Pajero that we also got in India. And that is why it has that sort of a menacing road presence. What I also feel is that a few other elements have been borrowed from the Pajero, like this fender mounted blind spot monitor. And quite interestingly, it has a fender mounted antenna as well, which gives it that old school SUV vibe. Now, if you come to the side, it gets these 16-inch wheels. It has that tornado sort of a feel to it because looks like a vortex generator and quite small, but then that allows you to have some big chunky tires on it. So this car currently has Yokohama Geolandar 80s. I also have these tires on my Safari Dicor, and I can tell you I can vouch for these tires because they have great highway performance and also great off-road performance. So the duality that these tires offer is just absolutely great. But come down, let's quickly talk about the Terracan. Let's bring our attention to this big black SUV. I love these strong character lines that run across the car, all right? And you also have a CRDI badging here, so common rail diesel injection. Under the bonnet is a 2.9 litre turbo diesel 4-cylinder engine. Now the Terracan was sold with a few engine options globally. This one was actually designed to do duties in Hyundai's commercial vehicles, and the only two passenger cars that actually got this Hyundai J series engine was a Terracan and the first generation Carnival. Not the first generation that was brought to India, the first ever generation Carnival. Now, interesting piece of information, that first generation Carnival, which was an MPV, also got a hood scoop. Imagine a family MPV with a hood scoop. That's something that we've not really seen as a design theme. But again, coming back to the Terracan, so it gets that engine, puts out 150 horses, 330 Nm of torque, and this one here is paired with a 5-speed manual transmission, so you have full control. It obviously has a part-time 4-wheel drive system, which means most of the times it's only sending power to the rear wheels, but you have an option to shift to 4H on the fly up to speeds of 100 kmph. This car is in pristine condition, and you can tell by the way that these doors shut. They have a lot of weight. I mean, it's not a G-Class, but it has a lot of character. Also, you can see that these glass pieces were manufactured in Korea. On the top, you would notice integrated roof rails, but they don't look ugly. They were very neatly, integrated with the roof, so it does not really stand out as such, but they are functional. Also, a very interesting design element is a spoiler on a big 7-seater SUV. Quite strange. A lot of people have criticized how the Terracan looks from the rear. A lot of people say it looks quite narrow. It does not look like a SUV. But in my opinion, it actually looks quite nice. I mean, it has a very distinctive identity, but it has also aged well. Now, if you look at the tail lamps, it reminds me of the Subaru Forester, the way that the tail lamps have been designed, and also the internal elements. Obviously, I'm pretty sure they're of different sizes, but it has that little bit of a Subaru touch to it. Also, you have a big Terracan badging right here. You have 4-wheel drive badging here, and you have Hyundai mentioned on the other side. Now, notice it also got a rear wiper. Luxuries that people have to pay a premium for in today's day and age, but back then all of this came part of a standard kit. Imagine paying 18 lakhs and you get a big 7-seater SUV, you get ladder frame, you get a proper 4-wheel drive system, you get cool luxury features on the inside, which we are going to talk about very soon. You get a big boot, you get a nice kit plate integrated with the bumper, you get roof rails, you get projector headlamps, what not. I think it was a steal back then for a fully imported vehicle. Now this engine, the Hyundai J2 engine, was discontinued because it did have some inherent issues, especially with the injector system, but this particular model has done 235,000 kilometers. That is insane. So that does speak about the reliability of the car a bit. That does also speak about the kind of materials that were used on the inside. Yes, they have aged pretty well in my opinion. Also, if you look at the dashboard theme, it is not German, yes, but it is also not Japanese. Koreans used to do their, interior designing a little bit different. And you can tell by these weird spaces between, buttons and the AC vent here. Also, everything is very two-dimensional. It does not have a lot of texture and feel to it. It's just very functional. But it's sort of good. It is functional. So you have a leather wrapped steering wheel here that also have wooden inserts. You have some wood on the dashboard itself. You have a fully automatic AC control system. And under that is the coolest bit in this car, and that is an illuminated ashtray. It's quite cool, to be honest. So yes, the gear knob does wobble around in a typical old school diesel 7-seater big SUV fashion. And that is just such a characterful thing to have. No faults with the car. This is just how they behave. Now, down below, you will see the shifter for the 4-wheel drive system. So currently it is on 2H, which means it is sending power to the rear wheels only. But you can shift it to 4H on the fly. And the same is also highlighted on the instrument cluster. It blinks, and that just shows that it is yet to be engaged. And when you have the solid high, and that is when you know that the system is now ready to use. And right under that is the knob to shift it to 4 low. So yes, it has 2H, 4H and 4 low, 3 different powertrain modes. Now it's not just the chassis that has been derived from the Pajero. I think these instruments here have also been inspired by the Pajero. So yes, you have an altimeter, you have a barometer, and you have a digital compass. It's just that in the Pajero you have that cluster sitting on the dashboard, and the compass there is actually an analog compass, a manual compass, whereas here you have a digital compass. But it still works. On a car this old and a fully imported car, it still works. That is impressive. What is also very interesting is an armrest that has height adjustability to it. You don't find these cool features in modern cars, do you? So cool. Quite nice. Welcome to the backseat experience. Now, talking about the seat itself, I mean the seat cushioning, it's very comfortable. It holds you in place, although it does not have really big contours. It still is quite nice. It has a nice backrest and a very good angle. In terms of the space, not the best. You can see my knees are scraping the seat in front, and the seat in front is set to my driving position. Given that these SUVs have always offered this sort of a space, that engine is quite loud on the outside, but you can hardly hear it on the inside. So inside the cabin, it actually feels like quite a premium offering. Also on top, if you notice, you have a dedicated AC blower for the second and the third row. What is really good is that it gets big windows even for the third row of passengers, so they don't feel cooped up. It's actually quite a pleasant experience once you're back in there. Okay, enough talking about the features and what this car offers. I'm really curious to experience that 2.9 liter J2 Hyundai engine, and it's paired with a 5-speed manual. I really cannot wait to drive it and see what that feels like. So let's get behind the wheel and experience that. Now immediately, I love two things. Yeah. One is the driving position, very commanding. And second is the view out, because
looks more bulky and more.
Bulky plus there's that the hood scoop.
Yeah.
So it makes you feel as if you're driving something very powerful. Which, I mean, it is. I mean, it's a 2.9 very torquey motor. But that just like, you know, nice. It has a lot of character.
Yeah.
No other Hyundai, no other modern Hyundai especially, you know, puts a smile to my face like how this car does. It's just quite nice, very nice. And like Hyundais are known for this soft suspension.
Yeah. But this is more on a stiffer suspension.
Okay.
As it prevents much more body roll
okay.
than other SUVs. Like if you compare it with Scorpio has
no, I know what
very
I see
lot
what you
of,
mean. Yeah, I see what you mean. It's quite planted.
Yeah.
But these big SUVs are so good on, you know, roads like this. You can just drive them for hours and kilometers. You know, Raj, given how rare this car is and how difficult it is to source parts, I have to admit your car drives very well.
Yeah, it's actually even I am quite impressed with the performance and the what you say engine.
Inside the cabin we cannot even hear the engine. Okay, what's the turning radius like? Not bad at all. Not
pretty
bad.
good for this
not
size.
bad at all. See, I have a Safari Dicor, and that car is pretty horrible.
Even I am a fan of a Safari, but the suspension is more sluggish. I feel.
Yeah, it's very wallow. It's very wallowy. It wallows a lot.
But it's pretty fab on the off-roading side.
Off-road and even on the highway. Like it, once you
Floats.
settle in, it floats. So you know, on these rumble strips and on these expansion joints on the flyovers. It just does this.
Yeah.
It's constantly like it has a very motion, and it also has very big chairs, you know, like it has individual armrests and all. So it's quite a nice car to drive. And that Dicor engine had a very good performance as well. So I have the 2.2. And it has 320 Nm. That same engine was brought to the Safari Storm.
The Dicor is the first version of the Safari, no? The second.
No, so even with the Dicor, they had a 3 liter and they had a 2.2. So
Yeah.
mine is a 2.2, which was.
Even I have a 2.2.
Oh, you still have one? Oh,
I
nice.
do. But it's more of a spare parts car, I would say.
Oh, okay.
I would be using it for maybe shipping my car parts or.
Oh, okay, understood.
Like
It's
I
your
got
workhouse.
it. Yeah, I got it for a way cheaper price.
Understood, okay.
Not in a good condition.
Okay. What
Just
color is it?
drivable. Gold.
Oh, those are very rare with like golden bumpers.
Yeah, golden bumpers.
Oh, that is such a nice color. But what sort of a grille do you have? Do you have like
Flat one, yeah.
vertical slats? Do you have the 3 liter Dicor?
2.2.
2.2, okay. So I think what year is
Not the
car?
4-wheel drive version.
A 2-wheel drive.
2-wheel drive.
Okay, nice. And you look at us talking about the Safari.
Yeah.
You know, because I mean, for us Indians, the Safari was very
It's a
iconic,
car.
right? Yeah, it is the car. I mean, if you talk about a ladder frame 7-seater SUV, the first thing that comes to mind is the Safari, not the Scorpio. Forget all of that. Just impressed by how comfortable this place is to, you know, discuss cars, go out on the road, look at the scenery. So
A countryside view.
a countryside view. That is what we are enjoying today, and it's very easy to drive. I mean, like the steering centers back.
Yeah.
Wow.
There's a bit problem with the alignment, I guess.
Yeah, a little bit, just a little bit. Very minor. Very minor. I mean, it has small niggles here and there, but
That's
I can
because,
easily ignore it.
Maybe I did a little
Hardcore
off-roading,
off-road, yeah. Expected.
Recently, 2 weeks or 1 week back.
So how is this car when it comes to off-road performance?
It's pretty good as compared to other SUVs.
Okay.
It does way much better actually.
Okay. I wonder why people didn't buy this. What went wrong? Was it the cost? Because it was
It
fully...
was mainly the cost and the main fuel injector problems.
Right.
The people who bought it before knowing that's all.
They were stuck with it. Right.
Mainly the cost because it was a CB unit.
Yeah.
So the cost was pretty high for a car. This was around 30 something.
Right.
Back then Fortuners were not introduced, but you could buy a Innova for way less price.
Yeah. I think what, 10, 12.
Yeah.
In 15 you probably get the top model. The first gen.
Even the Scorpios were way cheaper than this.
Yeah. So I think people never really appreciated what these sort of, you know, international SUVs brought with them, and that is build quality, very good build.
You can feel there before the like 90s to 2000. Even now, some people are like investing on cars, but before the maybe Corona time.
Yeah.
People were not so much into cars.
After Corona, people have started appreciating older cars. I agree with you. So have I, by the way. Like, I've bought the Safari and the Baleno both after COVID because I don't know, it's something about these cars. Once you sit inside, this becomes your personal space.
Even though if it's very hectic to maintain, it's love and passion towards it.
I so agree with you. It's a common emotion we share. I'm glad we share this. Wait, I'm going to take a turn here and give this engine a little bit of poke, not too much because given how rare this car is, I don't want to put it on.
Actually, it was more punchier before.
Yeah.
The driver actually raided the clutch plate.
Oh, okay. So it's not gripping as much.
Yeah. In traffic.
But
it started smoking actually.
Really?
Yeah.
But that's surprising because the clutch is actually very light.
Yeah, it's
so
replaced,
light.
Actually.
Oh, okay.
We have done the clutch work when we got this.
Okay.
But after that, he again did raid the clutch.
Oh no, that is so sad. Because when I drove it a little bit initially, I was like, this is actually such a light clutch. It's just like a petrol car because my Freestyle has a very heavy clutch. It's quite heavy, man.
Even the Fluidic Verna has a heavy clutch. Compared to
most diesel cars will have a heavy clutch. When I sat in the car and I looked at those 3 pedals, I couldn't believe it. I was shocked. I was like, because now when you look at a new Fortuner or a new Kia Carnival or a new Tucson or anything, they're all automatics. You don't sit in a car this big nowadays and look at 3 pedals.
Now just people want a car for transportation.
It's become a gadget.
Yeah.
It's become a gadget. See, we have a aftermarket fit screen, but I'm not even looking at it. I don't have to. I'm so happy enjoying the car. This is mild turbo spool noise that you can hear at around just above 2000. Okay, let's give it a little bit of. I'll just pause it a little first. Okay. I didn't brake too hard, but just by the feel of it, I think it needs a lot of stopping. The brakes are not the best.
It's not the best. Actually, it was way worse when I got this.
Okay.
It's pretty good now, but it's not the best.
It's not the best, right? Yeah, I can tell because it's not biting and the bite is also not gradual. It's just I'm awake, I'm there, and then it decides to stop whenever it decides to stop. Okay, we're going for a little bit of a. Okay, sort of maxes out at 3000, but there it is, the diesel torque, and you can feel that it has the rear axle has the power because it's more of a push. Yeah, it's more of a push than a pull sort of a feeling. Okay, there we go. Third gear, 2000 to 3000, and we've climbed from 60 to 80 easily. Going beyond that. Wow. Effortless. This car can just. So it's not designed for top speeds.
Yeah.
It's comfortable doing, as you mentioned, I think 120.
More about comfort and space.
I'm very impressed by the drivability of it. I mean, oh wow, great car. People nowadays will offer something like this for a good 60 lakhs minimum.
Yes.
If you want to buy something that offers this sort of a ride.
Even the new parts.
All right, Raj, it was great driving your Terracan.
Thank you.
It's an experience I'm not going to forget ever because I've always looked at this car when I was a kid, and I've only looked at it once or twice in real life, and I've always admired the car. And today, I'm actually getting a chance to drive it. Thank you so much. But now it's time for me to put you in the driver's seat, and that technically does not mean that you are driving. That means that I'm going to ask you a few very interesting questions and put you under the spotlight. Actually, we are not putting Raj under the spotlight. We will be putting you under the spotlight.
Come, let's speak about it.
Okay, all right. So the first one, why does your Instagram handle say rust to chrome?
So as it tells, it's rust converted to chrome. Any old vehicle, the main problem is the rusting. So it's my passion, I would say, convert a rusted car into a chromium finish car.
Nice. So you like restoring cars.
Restoring
nice.
cars.
And obviously this Terracan is a great example of that.
Thank you.
Okay. Now some people say that cars are better than people.
It's absolutely right. Not some, almost everyone who loves the car will say car is always better than people.
Nice. I agree with that, but a lot of people whom we've invited on this show sort of disagree with it. But I think only a true enthusiast will
True
say
enthusiast
yes to
would.
this question. Nice. Okay. SUVs or sedan?
Depends on where I'm going. If I just want to cruise on the highway, I would choose a sedan any day. But SUVs are built different. It can go anywhere, mostly anywhere, for the roads are built in India. So many now we can reach many of the places by via road. We have
Good
commutes.
connectivity.
Yeah.
Okay, so it depends on the destination.
Yeah.
Speaking about the destination, what is your most loved road trip destination in India?
I would say Goa,
Goa.
Bangalore to Goa,
Nice.
and even the Ghats of.
Yeah, it's a
on
good
the-
mix of highway
yeah,
and ghat as
highway
well.
and
na?
Ghats,
yeah.
yeah. I would love Ghats for the cornerings and the
Yeah.
tire squeaks.
Yeah.
It's the best.
Yeah. Good fun. Actually, Goa is a good trip. And at the end of the destination, you have a nice reward waiting
Yeah.
for you. You know, you can go there and relax.
That's the main part.
Agreed. Okay. If there is one car
Yeah.
that you could buy to replace the Terracan,
Not replace exactly, but my
no,
dream
but if
car.
you absolutely had to, what car would you pick? Any car from the market, a new car, an old car. What car do you think can replace your Terracan?
I would say a Land Cruiser.
Oh, that's how good your Terracan is, right?
I feel that's the best I can do, but I would still regret
You'll still miss this car.
this car.
Alright, that was a quick discussion with Raj, but now it's time for us to move to the next section where we put you under the spotlight. We are going to, I think, an engineering college where we're going to ask the to-be engineers some very interesting questions. Hopefully test their automobile knowledge and let's go have some fun. Alright, what's your name?
My name is Atharva.
Where are you from, Atharva?
Bangalore.
From Bangalore.
Yeah.
And what do you do? Are you studying here?
Yeah, studying second year engineering.
Do you like cars?
Yeah, I do.
Really?
Yeah.
You're not just saying it for the camera.
I do, yeah. I do.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to ask you some very specific questions related to cars. Specifically this big black car here.
Okay.
Have you heard about this car?
No.
It's the Terracan.
Okay.
Okay. Now I'm going to ask you, what is the correct pronunciation for this brand?
Hyundai.
Say it once again.
Hyundai.
Okay. You're pretty much there. It's actually, you know how you say Sunday? Sunday, that's how you pronounce it. It's Hyundai.
Hyundai.
Yeah,
Hyundai.
Hyundai. So Sunday and Hyundai.
Okay.
That's the right one. Okay, but you were there, so you still get a gift. But I'm going to ask you one more. I'm going to make it a little difficult for you, for you to win a Hot Wheel. Which country is Hyundai from?
Singapore.
Singapore? No.
China.
No. Close.
Japan. Japan. South Korea.
You
South Korea.
picked up the right hint. It is South Korea.
South
Yep.
Korea.
Okay. All right. So you definitely win a Hot Wheel. You can't peek inside, but you can pick one and show it to the camera. Which one is this? They all are the same, are they? All right. It's a beach buggy machine. Do you like it?
Yeah, thanks.
No problem. Thank you so much
Thank you.
for your time. All right. Who's going to come next? All right, bro. What is your name?
Jashwant.
Yashwant, where are you from?
I'm from Bangalore itself.
You're from Bangalore as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
Do you like cars?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Totally into
of course,
cars.
because
Yeah.
I'm a guy, you like cars.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Let me ask you a question. Do you like movies?
Yes.
Do you watch Bollywood movies?
Bollywood? No. Tollywood.
Tollywood you watch?
yeah.
Okay, then I'm going to ask you something else.
Oh.
Okay. You like cars, right?
Yeah.
So this was one of the SUVs that Hyundai used to sell, which is the Terracan.
Okay.
Now, can you give me a name of one more iconic SUV that Hyundai used to sell in India?
I guess Santa Fe.
Oh, bro, spot on, man, spot on. I'm going to give it to you. Not many people know what a Santa Fe is. This guy does know it. Okay. Thank you so much for your time.
Yeah. Thank you. Bro.
Thank you. Your name?
I'm Tejas.
Tejas, where, you're from Bangalore?
Yeah, I'm from Bangalore.
Everyone is here from Bangalore.
Yeah, Bangalore, yeah.
Okay, all right. Do you study here?
Yeah.
Do you like cars?
Yeah. Definitely. I love cars.
You love cars.
Yeah.
What about Hindi movies?
I don't see much, but yeah.
But you
Rarely I see.
Okay. So this is a Terracan. It's a very rare SUV in India.
Yeah.
We've just shot it today. But this SUV sits on a platform that is shared with a very iconic SUV, which was also sold in India. And it's very iconic. It is very popular with a lot of Tollywood and Tollywood stars. It is old school. It is boxy. It is from Japan. You want to take a guess at what SUV that would be?
Mitsubishi.
Full name?
Pajero.
Spot on, man. Spot on.
Thank you.
Good one. It was a difficult question. You cracked it spot on. Did you hear the audience give you some hints?
I guessed Mitsubishi, then I couldn't.
Yeah.
I was confused with Lancer and Pajero.
Pajero. Lancer is a sedan. Pajero is
It's a
actually an
SUV.
SUV. Okay, all right. You get to pick a Hot Wheel.
Yeah, it's definitely nice.
Nice. Show it to the camera, please. Finally, you decided to come. You waited for all my questions and then you thought, okay, now is the time.
I'll see that.
Look at this guy, man. Okay, your name?
Manjunath.
Manjunath. You like cars?
Yeah, I love it.
A little bit?
A little more. I love
A
it.
little more. Okay, all right. Do you watch Hindi movies?
Kind of.
Kind of? Okay. Since you've been giving hints to a lot of people, I'm going to ask you the toughest question I have, okay? So, Shah Rukh Khan. Look at his face.
Shah Rukh Khan.
Shah Rukh Khan gifted this car to someone for a successful movie that he did. This movie was very successful. It had a lot of dance songs as well. The actress was Deepika.
Shah Rukh Khan gifted a car.
Shah Rukh Khan gifted this car to Farah Khan before the movie hit the big screens because he anticipated the movie to be successful. And it is a very popular movie. It has a lot of popular songs.
I mean, I don't know what he gifted. I know
This car,
about cars.
the Terracan.
He gifted the Terracan.
He gifted a Terracan to Farah Khan. I just want you to guess what movie could it be.
No, that's the thing. I watch movies. I know cars in it. I don't know the movies in particular.
In particular, okay. What do
you
you
can
want to
ask
take a
me
random
anything
guess?
about a car.
Oh no, I told you I'll ask you a difficult question. Take a random guess, bro. It's okay. You're still going to get a Hot Wheels.
Okay, what timeline is this movie? What age?
2004.
Happy New Year.
It is a movie where he has two roles. He dies. This is a big hint. He dies and then he is reincarnated again.
Om Shanti.
We have a very supportive crowd. Yes, it is Om Shanti Om. So even before the movie was released, Shah Rukh Khan was so confident that this car, that the movie will do well. So he gifted the car to Farah Khan.
Yeah, but as I said, I know about cars, but not the gift.
You still get a Hot Wheel, man. Because you've helped so many people get a Hot Wheel, so you get to pick one as well. Oof. It's a nice one.
Yeah.
Take a look. Do you like it?
Yeah, obviously.
You like it?
Yeah.
Your name?
Nihal.
Nihal, where are you from?
I'm from Bangalore.
You're also from Bangalore.
Yeah.
Everyone is from Bangalore. Okay. Nihal, do you like cars?
I love cars.
You love cars?
Yeah.
Tell me honestly, have you heard about this particular car?
Not like heard,
Yeah.
but I've seen many.
You've seen many?
Back in the days, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Take a guess at what year did Hyundai bring it in to India?
I guess the 2000s. So yeah, I know the 2000s
Yeah.
because this was the
Take a random guess. You're right. You're 2000s.
2005, I guess.
2003.
Oh, 2000.
Okay. You're almost there. So I'm
Yeah.
going to ask you. We'll club two questions together for you. Guess the introduction price of this. So this was introduced to India as a completely built-up unit.
Yeah.
Basically, it was an imported
Yeah.
car. But take a random guess at how much they introduced the car for.
Around
A big
La-
7-seater
la-
SUV.
18 to 20 lakhs. 18 to 20 lakhs.
Bro, he is spot on. It was 18.5.
Okay.
You get a Hot Wheel. Go for it. Oh, look at him. He guessed and it was right. Nice. Show it to the camera, please. Awesome, Nihal. Are you happy with it?
Sure. Yeah.
Awesome.
Sure, sir.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for your time.
Oh, sure. Raj, thank you so much for your time. It was great shooting with you, and what a great car, lovely car.
pleasure
Yeah,
being with you.
yeah, same here,
It was
man.
actually more fun than I thought.
Than you thought. Okay, that is so good to hear. I am glad that I can, actually go out, drive some exceptional cars and have fun with owners. And as a token of appreciation, we have a bag for you, a few car-related stuff. I hope that you like it and you enjoy your beautiful car that you have. All right?
Visiting Bangalore.
Yeah. I will. I'll get in touch. We still have to shoot your Sonata. All right. Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of Joyrides, and I will see you next time with a different car and a different owner. Till then, signing off. Bye-bye. Bye.